So if right now you move your personal attention, so it's like you move the personal awareness into your body, just feel how different that is from the personal awareness just being in the thinking. You can even put the personal awareness on the breath in and just feel that breath go into the pit of your stomach, right down to below your belly button. And see how alive this body is. Like all the emotions and the feelings. Now, to me, personal awareness isn't the big consciousness or big awareness, it's the personal awareness of like the small camera. So you can put your attention on the outside, you can put it on the computer, you can put the attention on my voice, but notice you can also put the attention on something happening outside. You can put it on what you're sitting on, your dog or your cat. You can put it into your hands. So you can put it in the external world and the internal world. You can put it in your breath. You can put it on your nose, on the tip of your toe. And most of the time, our personal awareness as humans, especially in Western society, is on thinking. So most of the time, the personal awareness does go out into the world, but it's often in thinking, even prior to going out in the world. It's still focused on the interpretation of what's happening out there. Before you get into this subject, you're not even aware that you think. I'm sure I've told you this lots of times, but I remember I did this talk. I did this talk to people in my mum's carers group, and I started saying, this is a thought, this is a thought, and they had no concept or awareness that they were thinking. So they thought that everything they thought was reality was true. So they were complaining about the NHS system, which is the government-run healthcare system. And I was trying to explain to them it was a thought. Their anger towards it was a thought. It wasn't necessarily true. And this produced a lot of rage in people. And I was quite shocked because I wasn't trying to dismiss what they say. I was accepting and saying that's your feeling and that's your thoughts about it, but it doesn't necessarily mean it's true. But they had no sense that they were thinking. They couldn't see they thought. They just thought that was reality, that the sky was blue, that the ground was hard, that the NHS was shit, and that they were right. And they had no sense that's my thought. That was just the truth, the reality, the way it was. And then when you begin to get into this subject, you begin to see that you think, and that what you think colours your world. And your words colour your world. So your words, we superimpose our words onto everything. Like, we think for fact that a dog is a dog, but the word dog is something we've made up as a society and agreed upon, and we all call the dog a dog. Whereas actually everything is wordless, everything is mystery. But as humans, we've made all these sounds and we've given everything meaning, which is beautiful. I'm so glad we did that and that we can talk. But it doesn't mean that our meanings and our words is our reality. In fact, they're far from it. They're a tool. And we think in a particular way as humans. And that is in no way reality. And we can have positive thinking and we can have negative thinking. And both are relevant, but negative thinking can be more painful. And I think that a lot of people are often stuck in negative thinking, which is quite painful. So they're stuck in a lot of doom, a lot of gloom, a lot of worry and anxiety and prejudice and hatred. And then there's other people in society that have quite a positive outlook, and that's a lot more pleasurable. So they think things will work out, they think things are going their way, they feel like they can achieve their goals. They think this is a friendly universe. But it seems that those type of people are fewer and far between. Is that the English saying? Meaning that they're not as common as the negative thoughts thinking people. And I shall explain why this is. The reason, there's a few reasons to it. First off is society and conditioning and TV, and that our society and TV and conditioning tends to be more negative. It will depend on your parents' outlook and the way your parents taught you and the way your schooling taught you as well. And then number two, it's the nature of thinking. So the reason that we evolved to think is firstly so we could improve our environment, we could make better homes, we could work out together what caused bad survival, but we maybe wouldn't name it like that. But we as a group of humans, because we live in groups, we could work out problems together and solve the problems. So we could work out how to build a better house. We could work out how to create a constant supply of water. We could work out how to keep animals. We could work out how to train dogs to hunt for us. We could work out lots of things, how to have communal childcare, how to have communal education, how to share. But notice that the main reason that we begun to think as humans and evolved to think was to fix problems and to overcome obstacles. Now that's inherently positive. Like that's a really beautiful thing, that we're overcoming problems, that we can fix problems and we can grow and evolve and survive and thrive. But if all our personal awareness is in thinking, and if our thinking believes that we are a thought, that we are something found in thought, that who we are is found in what we think, then our self-image is going to be a problem to solve. Our person, our life, our happiness, our relationships, when we think about them and put too much thinking on them, it's always going to be about solving problems. So we're always going to be looking for problems. That's the way our brain works, is we look for problems and we fix it, which is inherently positive, but you can understand how that can go negative as a society, because we begin to believe we're the problem, the other's the problem, which we can always be improved, the other can always be improved. But there is a negative way of doing that and the positive way, and it seems to be that our society has got into the more negative way, rather than seeing it as possibility to evolve and grow and thrive. We tend to think we're guilty, we're bad, we did something wrong, the other's guilty, the other's bad, the other did something wrong, our society's guilty, bad, did something wrong. And these types of thought have a physical effect on the body. This type of negative thinking will make you tired, lack of energy, lack of motivation, depressive, grumpy, and experience a lot of pain. Because when you think something, so say if you think you're guilty or bad, your body feels it as well. And then you're walking around in a society which is kind of in some bizarre way thriving off people having problems. So our advertising is like, there's something incomplete about you, here, buy this and you'll be complete. But it's the nature of humans. It's the nature of the way we think. But there's different ways in which we can think. We can use our thinking, which is problem solving, in order to help us grow and thrive. Or we can use it as a way to beat ourselves up and beat society up and beat others up. Not physically, but mentally. And it seems that a lot of people have gone into the negative way rather than the positive way. Really change energy levels and sense of well-being on the human level. So if you are thinking that so say you wake up and you've got a list of 10 jobs to do, so all of us normally have jobs. If the attitude is positivity towards these jobs, then they're more than likely going to be accomplished and there's going to be enjoyment doing it. If there's negativity, then more than likely they won't be accomplished, there'll be exhaustion, it will be a painful experience. And if you keep repeating that over years and years and years, then it becomes a habit. Now, if you have the negative attitude on anything that happens in your life, you're going to feel exhausted, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel all these painful experiences. But if you see everything as a way of helping you, and you interpret it as positive, because who cares at the end of the day whether it's negative or positive? Like, it doesn't, like what we kind of do as humans is we just kind of keep like plodding along and fixing things break, things, and we do all these kind of little things, and we look at everything as meaningful, and everything as not meaningful as in like the meaning of life, but meaningful as in like, it's meaningful because it's happening, and that's the divine, and if that's meant to break now, that's exactly what's meant to happen, and that is the will of the divine. It's not against you in any way. And if every situation, if there begins to be a change that every situation is interpreted as positive, because who knows what all of that leads to? Who knows whether something's inherently good or bad? So why not experience more pleasure and have a pleasurable story?